What is up, guys? Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about whether we think Splatoon 3 will outsell Splatoon 2. Alright guys, before we even get started, comment down below what you think will happen when it comes to Splatoon 3 sales. And how do you think everything's gonna play out, Alright, so if we're going to talk about Splatoon 2 versus Splatoon 3, we cannot even start without talking about Splatoon 1 versus Splatoon 2. I'm not talking about idols or clothes or gameplay or anything like that. I'm talking strictly sales. Now, before we even fully dive into that, we must acknowledge the fact that, hey, Splatoon 1 was on the Wii U, a failing console. Splatoon 2 was on a very successful console, the Switch, which that clearly played a huge role in the success of the game, in my opinion. So Splatoon 1 sold 4.95 million copies. We're going to round that up to 5 million. And Splatoon 2 almost tripled those sales and sold 13 million copies. Insane, crazy, and honestly, that just looking at those numbers really sparked my interest for this video today. Will Splatoon 3 outsell Splatoon 2? It doesn't have, the hindrance like Splatoon 1 did. It wasn't on a failing console. Splatoon 3 is going to be on the same console as Splatoon 2. This is a fair game. This is a very fair game. And I think that Splatoon 3 has, the nostalgia of Splatoon 1, and it has all the competitive players, all the new players who've never even heard of Splatoon that played only Splatoon 2. Those players are coming back for Splatoon 3. So I'm just really interested to see how the sales are going to be. I think with those two factors, nostalgia and, the competitive and new player scenes coming back, I think that Splatoon 3 can possibly, outsell Splatoon 2. But this is one thing that I've constantly heard, whether it was comparing Splatoon 1, Splatoon 2, or even just Splatoon 3. Splatoon series looks the same. It's all the same. They're doing the same thing. But if you're a Splatoon player, you already know that that's not the case. But there are some people who won't even pick up Splatoon 3 because they think it's like copy and paste for all three games. And I think that's exactly why Nintendo is really taking their time when it comes to marketing. They're taking their time when it comes to showing the clothes and the stages, because I think they really want to show that, hey, this game is different. It has its own feel. It has its own, vibe to it. Honestly, even when it comes to the music for Splatoon 3, I feel like they're going back to the upbeat and quick pace of Splatoon 1, but at the same time, it's still a very standalone OST. And maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm giving the game too much credit. But I think that Splatoon 3, they're really, really pushing it to try to catch not only a new audience, but bring in the old audience. Anyone who may have fell off and didn't pick up Splatoon 2, or anyone who fell off and, for the ones who've never freaking played the bazooka, me, they're bringing that weapon back. So I just think that Nintendo's just doing a great job in promoting the new game and bringing back old elements and bringing in new ones. So that overall, the game is very well-rounded. But to answer that question, after all my rambling, I think that Splatoon 3 will outsell Splatoon 2. I will be very shocked if it doesn't. I do think that Splatoon 2 was a very successful game. I think that, honestly, I don't think it'll stop making sales once the game comes out. I think it'll continue to make sales. But I do believe that Splatoon 3 will, forgive me for reaching. I think the game can make easily 20 million copies. 20 million copies. I think they've hyped the game up for almost 2 years. It feels like it was 1 year, but the game has been building up the hype for the longest. And with the tournaments coming out, with the clothes and the idols, we're still waiting for that, and no direct, I think that the game is going to do great, guys. Clearly, if you can't tell, I'm a Splatoon nerd. I freaking love this game, and I want it to do well. So that's basically it for the video, guys. Like I said, comment down below what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. And guys, I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers. Can anybody get me there? Alrighty. Anyway, have a great, awesome, blessed day. Bye, guys.